Just about 20-25 years ago, it was not so cool to be health conscious. Whereas today, as we know, everybody thinks about health, fitness, and wellness. That's the same journey I think that environmental consciousness also is taking. This is a video about how businesses are going circular, led by the fashion industry. But what is a circular business model? Why the fashion industry? Welcome to Brand Restart, where I hit the restart button on brand strategy, unlocking new rules of branding one chapter at a time based on my book, Building Brands in a Suddenly Changed World. Today's topic is about how things are turning circular in the world of business. What circular means exactly is that the company considers it its business not just to manufacture and sell great quality products, but also what happens to the products they manufacture at the end of its life cycle after it is purchased and used, which means thinking about biodegradability, thinking about reuse, recycle. These things are also the responsibility of the company itself. When you buy things, do you think about who made them, what they are made of, how biodegradable they are? Do you think about the life cycle of the things that you buy? Well, brands have started thinking about it, businesses have started thinking about it. A circular business model is one step ahead of adopting sustainable practices. Who started this trend? The fashion industry. Brands like Patagonia made a commitment to the environment way back in 1986, before it was fashionable to do so. Why fashion industry? Do you know that fashion production alone is responsible for 10% of humanity's carbon emissions? They dry up water resources and horribly pollute water streams and water sources. Fashion industry is well aware of this, and brands like Patagonia took the lead in claiming some responsibility in that. But today, the fashion industry has taken a greater responsibility towards that because of their acknowledgement of their role in the depletion of the earth's resources. A quote from the research I have done and put in my book. Innovation companies like Cirque are collaborating with textile and fashion brands to help shape the future of fashion. A platform called Fashion for Good was just set up 6 years ago. They bring together people who are innovating and creating sustainable material with fashion people. From polyester alternatives made from algae to blockchain technology making the supply chain more transparent, they have a network of innovators, each working on disruptive solutions to support circular fashion. It is the future, and it is interesting because it, traditionally speaking, it is anti-capitalist to make stuff repairable because you want people to come back and buy more stuff. However, in keeping with climate situation, the planet crisis, and depleting resources, there's a little bit of a amendment being made to the capitalism way. You still make profits. For example, Patagonia, about 10, 11 years ago, started their own wear program. It's an initiative where they offer their buyers to repair Patagonia clothes. If it's unrepairable, then they offer to recycle it. This allows Patagonia as a brand to stay connected with their buyers for a much longer time. So there's profit, there's brand affinity, brand love. So these things are possible to do. Here in India also, since 2019, entrepreneur and sustainability expert Sachi Bal has hosted the Conscious Effort Conclave in New Delhi every year. What they do is that they merge fashion with education, enabling sustainable fashion brands that are more circular in nature, that think about their entire life cycle. You can read about the Conscious Effort. They curate workshops, design shows with the focus on being sustainable and to create sustainable fashion. Patagonia has made its commitment to environment a part of its core brand identity. There's a vision involved in this. Environmental consciousness, I would say, is the new health consciousness. And whether or not you feel responsible for the life cycle of your belongings, there is a slow but surely growing number of people who do this, and I can say that it is officially cool to do so. Brands like Nike and IKEA have partnered with a Dutch company called Dye-Koo, for instance, because what they do is that they have developed a process of dyeing cloth that uses no water at all and no chemicals other than the dyes themselves. This is remarkable because The textile industry is notorious for using vast quantities of water and chemicals and producing huge amounts of toxic waste. Like I mentioned earlier, they pollute our lakes and streams. So, yes, the fashion industry is well aware of their contribution to the climate planet crisis and are doing their part. So, one can say it's fashionable to be circular today. I covered this in the last episode as well because the overarching theme in both episodes is on sustainability. The point is that today corporate social responsibility is no longer a thing because you're not being environmentally conscious or sustainable because of a sense of corporate responsibility. It is because of your buyers or your consumers sense of social responsibility. So what is important today is not CSR but CSSR, your consumer sense of social responsibility. If you find the things I'm saying interesting, then please let me know. Share the video with people you think might find this interesting, and please subscribe to my channel. The number of people who have become vigilant about where the things they buy come from, who makes them, what they are made of, and what the overall life cycle of the things that they purchase is small but steadily growing because it will become omnipresent. Everybody is going to be environmentally conscious. The next episode, I move on to the next section of my book, which is about how realities are changing. And this one is titled Everything for Everyone. More on that in the next episode. Cheers.